The Coin Lady channel is pleased to have you back. An SEC victory in Remedies is on the horizon, guys. Ripple and the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission are nearly through the Remedies portion of their case. The parties are now awaiting Judge Torres' ruling on the actual penalty that Ripple must pay for selling XRP to two institutional investors. The summary judgment from July 2023 mandates fines for Ripple. However, the SEC plans to harm Ripple's business by leaking confidential information and trying to block sales to Odile clients with a permanent injunction. The SEC is almost certain to win part of the Remedies phase. In its most recent response to two of the SEC's arguments, Ripple Labs disputed two assertions made by the U.S. Securities and Exchange. RIP disagrees with the SEC's assertion that disclosing the previously sealed information is essential for the severity of the punishment, even though RIP is contesting the SEC's request for over $2 billion. The company has asked the court to maintain the confidentiality of information on corporate financial statements, sales of XRP, institutional investors, and other private data. This SEC is in pursuit of a fine that falls below $10 million. Ripple argued that it would be unreasonable to reveal sensitive financial information. The company also cited a precedent that supports its request to seal certain documents. Ripple also maintained that previous contracts still apply to its current operations, even though it changed how it sells XRP. In response to the court's summary decision, Ripple has stopped doing OTC sales of XRP, as stated in a recent video update about the Ripple vs. Hesse case. Okay, Zach, though the community may legitimately want details about the discounts Ripple offered to certain institutional investors and other filing details, Rector, a prominent figure in the crypto media, said that companies have different kinds of contracts with different clients and that an unsealed document could hurt Ripple and its partnerships. The director assured investors that Ripple is not trying to dump XRP on them because the price at which the investment contract was sold and the price at which XRP was sold were different, following the court's ruling that XRP does not constitute a security. Ripple disproves FUD. An attorney who supports ARK Pro named Bill Morgan spoken on Ripple's latest answer, dispelling the fear, uncertainty, and doubt, FUD, that Ripple uses to discourage average investors and drive down the price of XRP. No discounts will be given to Odile consumers, and the price of XRP is unaffected by sales related to executives from Ripple, including Chief Technology Officer David Schwartz and senior attorneys, have maintained that escrow transactions are transparent and that vehicle sales do not significantly affect prices. Details and their relevance were underlined by the Securities and Exchange Commission's Commission SEC. Included in these specifics are the following: the level of Ripple's current assets, which affects the penalty amount, the level of recent sales, which affects injunctive relief and penalties, the level of disgorgement, which requires revenues and expenses, and the size of discounts to certain institutional investors, which hurts those investors. After some time of relative quiet, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission and Ripple went into a full-scale legal showdown. Due to recent developments, the company has submitted a reply letter bolstering its request to seal data linked to the regulator's motion for judgment and remedies. The SEC initially intervened when Ripple sought to conceal evidence in financial documents by attempting to redact and seal it. Matt voiced his opposition to the action earlier this month. The agency released a statement arguing that the court should reject Ripple's attempt to hide financial and security sales data. The reasoning behind this is that this data is considered judicial documents, since it forms the basis of the parties' arguments in support of their remedies motion and could potentially sway the court's decision. Concerning solutions. Such information, according to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, might help shed light on Ripple's XRP sales from a long time ago and be pivotal in a legal proceeding. Nevertheless, the company asserts that previous agreements are no longer applicable due to certain changes it has made to its XRP sales processes. These changes include the following: Ripple is no longer selling XRP through OTC transactions that meet the criteria for what the court deemed to be institutional sales during the summary decision. Ripple now sells XRP to clients for use with Ripples, but the older product did not provide sophisticated counterparties with discounts or other pertinent terms from over-the-counter transactions. The reason behind this is that these terms are not found in any over-the-counter contracts. The SEC accused Ripple in December 2020 of selling XRP in an unregistered securities offering, which raised over $1.03 billion, in violation of federal law. The two institutions' legal fight began with this accusation. In the years that followed, the dispute underwent a number of changes. Finally, in April of 2024, the trial began, according to American lawyer Jeremy Hogan, who said that all parties had submitted their briefs and documents to the magistrates and were now awaiting the judge's ruling. Since Rippling was victorious in 3 major court decisions last year, some think it has the upper hand in the dispute. A complete win for the company may have a positive effect on the asset being exchanged, since the price of XRP rose following each victory, even though they were only partial victories. To gain a better understanding of the case and how it may affect the value of XRP, we recommend watching the video we provided below. Ripple, a San Francisco-based blockchain company, has lately sent a letter of response in response to the SEC's request to seal documents pertaining to jurisdiction and settlement offers. The continuous legal battle is being closely watched due to the enormous influence it will have on Ripple, XRP, and the cryptocurrency industry as a whole. As I mentioned before, transactions are not used by Ripple to sell XRP tokens. The company emphasized in its filing that the current XRP sales are aimed at customers who use Ripple's on-demand liquidity for all of their products. The business spokesman clarified that the quarter had previously brought up the fact that these transactions do not include any discount restrictions when determining whether or not the contracts in question should be deemed investment contracts. Legal expert Bill Morgan weighed in on Ripple's statement, saying it was a strong rejection of the idea that Ripple sold off large quantities of XRP to private investors at discounted prices, therefore lowering the price of XRP. Concerns about market manipulation should be allayed. As Morgan highlighted, Ripple sales to existing customers do not include discounts. By providing more detail on how online direct sales are structured differently from traditional over-the-counter transactions, this explanation aims to address concerns and clear up any confusion. How this new information affects the value of XRP. Notwithstanding the assertions, XRP's performance remains subpar when compared to Bitcoin and the alternative cryptocurrency sector as a whole. Since Ripple claims that ODL sales have zero effect on XRP pricing, it follows that the current sales strategies of the company are unrelated to the underperformance of the alternative coin to Team. The video concludes with that. Do me a favor and subscribe to my channel. Coming up shortly, farewell.